This new moon is quite positive overall, so this is a really powerful time to call in major manifestations that may feel like miracles, and it's even incredibly supportive of jumping into an entirely new timeline at a much higher vibrational frequency. Welcome to Abundant Universe, the podcast that's all about you. Here we talk about your spiritual activation, awakening, and ascension, as well as your personal path to mindfully manifesting your most magical, fulfilling, abundant, and prosperous reality through quantum physics, ancient spiritual teachings, mysticism, and all things esoteric. I'm your personal energy alchemist, spiritual activator, quantum healer, mindful manifestation mentor, and host, Elle Brandlin. And today we're talking about how to use the extremely powerful and positive energies of the Virgo new moon to manifest financial abundance and even quantum leap yourself into a much higher timeline. So stick around until the end to learn everything you need to know to manifest literal miracles this week. And be sure to subscribe wherever you're listening so you never miss an episode that teaches you how to shift into your most optimal reality. If you're catching this on YouTube, please like the video to let the algorithm know it should show it to more people who want to use the energy of this new moon to manifest their desires more quickly and easily, and or leave a comment telling me your biggest takeaway because I always love hearing that. And without further ado, let's jump in. We have a new moon at 21 degrees 59 minutes in Virgo on September 14th at 9:40 p.m. Eastern Time, so that's actually going to be on the 15th for most of the world. Overall, this new moon has a lot of feminine energy with 6 planets in earth signs, which is creating a lucky grand trine because this is the energy of financial abundance and healing, especially physically. 2 planets in water signs and only 1 in a fire sign and 1 in an air sign, which are considered the masculine signs of the zodiac. It's bringing a very calm, harmonious, emotionally balanced, and practical, yet open-minded, inventive, innovative, and insightful energy that's ready to shake things up and create the transformation you've been manifesting. We also have 5 planets, which is the majority of them, in mutable signs, so this is about aligning with both Earth's changes and your body's changes, and it really promotes adaptability and flexibility. So let's get started with the important conjunctions that we have at this time and what they mean for us. This new moon in Virgo is conjunct the Sun, which is also at 21 degrees 59 minutes in Virgo, so we round those up to 22 degrees. And if you have 22 degrees of Virgo by house placement in your chart, or even close to it, that will help you identify what intentions Virgo wants to help you manifest, as we have both the new moon and Sun at this placement. So using my birth chart as an example, the closest degree point I have is that my 10th house starts at 25 degrees of Virgo, and the 10th house is the apex of your unique story, and it governs public image, professional aspirations, and career achievements. So this is a good time for me to set intentions having to do with my business. This doesn't necessarily mean I have to set intentions like that if I don't want to for some reason, and we'll get into the types of things that these energies are supporting in general in a minute, but professional manifestations are definitely being supported for me personally with this moon, even though it's not at the exact degree point of the Sun and Moon. If you don't have 22 degrees in Virgo or anything close to it anywhere in your chart, no worries, you can still manifest whatever you want. In fact, you can set intentions to manifest whatever you want during any new moon, regardless of the energies, but I think it's particularly helpful to know how to use them to support your manifestations no matter what they are, which is why I do these types of episodes. We may as well use all the energies we can access to accelerate the harvesting of our manifestations, right? Speaking of which, not only will I be uploading a new moon in Virgo intention setting ritual this week to help you harness these specific energies so you can bring in your manifestations faster, but I'll also be creating and uploading a manifestation harvesting ritual for Mabon, which falls on September 23rd, 2023. So if you want access to those, you can either join Sovereign Souls Society or claim a spot to work with me one-to-one for anywhere from 30 days up to 12 months. Whatever is most aligned and will provide the right support for you right now. So please check the show notes or description box below for more information on all of that. Aside from looking at where you might have 22 degrees in Virgo in your own chart to see what types of manifestations are being supported by Virgo for you personally during this new moon, more generally speaking, this is bringing a peaceful and harmonious energy between our will and emotions, a strong sense of purpose, and lots of potential, which is very similar to the energy we had for the 9-9 portal that helped us align with our truest purpose and potential. It can also bring harmony to relationships, making this a good time to set intentions for manifestations having to do with any relationships, not just romantic. In addition, Mercury is slowing down to station direct during this new moon, so this may allow you to receive information or communication about your manifestations and or something you've been waiting for, and your next steps will finally be able to appear. This is also a balanced, relaxed, and easygoing energy of confidence and security, as well as a strong energy of acceptance of self and others. Another conjunction we have at this time is Jupiter retrograde at 15 degrees 24 minutes in Taurus, and Uranus retrograde at 22 degrees 58 minutes in Taurus. And this independent, non-conforming energy can help us size up a situation and know what's going on at a glance. Additionally, Uranus retrograde is conjunct the ascendant, which is at 24 degrees 13 minutes in Taurus, so this is an innovative and inventive energy that's ready to change everything. It can be somewhat unstable, so just be mindful of that, but there seems to be enough grounded, cautious Virgo energy to offset that. Now let's get into all the notable trines that are affecting the energies during this new moon. Because the sun and moon are conjunct at the exact same degree point, they're both in really beautiful trines to the same planets, so we'll talk about those first. The new moon in Virgo is trine to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, so this brings even more harmonious energy and emotional balance. It's also an optimistic, generous, tolerant, and broad-minded energy that can bring in spot-on hunches and insights. And like I said, the sun in Virgo is also trine to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, which is also a very optimistic, generous, and some might say lucky energy that can help us attract good things if we remain in a positive frame of mind. So Jupiter went retrograde on September 4th, and that means it's holding something steady and stable right now. And Jupiter in Taurus makes things visible. So this energy also supports the sudden appearance of something we've been waiting for, especially with Mercury getting ready to station direct, like I mentioned earlier. The moon in Virgo is also trine to Uranus and Taurus, so this is an extremely imaginative energy thanks to the moon's intuition and Uranus's independence and originality that can enhance our psychic abilities, help us see things we've never noticed before, and create innovative solutions. Uranus is also working with the new moon to move things forward quickly because it doesn't like to be bound by linear time. So remember that you don't have to be either, since all timelines exist in the quantum field right now, which means you can jump to one that may defy your physical mind's limited linear perspective. And with Uranus supporting you, you can manifest some pretty dramatic transformations by jumping timelines during this time. And again, the Sun in Virgo is trine to Uranus retrograde in Taurus too, and this is a rebellious and open-minded energy that encourages us to question tradition, the establishment, and the way things have always been done, or the way we've been doing things, especially if they're not working. That makes this a good time to shake up your routine and try something new because this energy can help us embrace new ways of doing things more easily. It's also a unique, magnetic, intuitive, inventive, and innovative energy that helps us see where improvements and progress can be made. And it encourages us to express even more of our true selves. And if you want some support with that, I actually have a couple of quantum clearing and healing sessions, as well as activations that you can do that will help with that immensely. And you can access them inside the Sovereign Souls Society membership portal by working with me one-to-one, or you can purchase them in my shop if that's better for you right now. And all of those links can be found below. And because both the moon and sun are trining Uranus, that increases the possibility of forward movement even more, as the energy of Uranus wants to shake things up even when it's in retrograde. The moon in Virgo is also trining Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, so this is a very perceptive and strategic energy that may create powerful emotions and intense feelings. And the sun is trine to Pluto, which brings a creative, ambitious, determined energy that's ready to transform or improve matters, and can readily turn a situation around. So if there's anything in your reality right now that you're looking to turn around quickly, now's the time to make moves toward that with this very supportive energy around it. Especially since this is the last time the sun will be trine to Pluto in our lifetime because of how slowly Pluto moves. So look for signs and symbols that bring messages from the universe during this time, and you can even ask for them specifically pertaining to the manifestation intentions you want to set, because this energy can bring sharp and even awe-inspiring insights. It also brings bravery and courage to conquer our fears, as well as help with solving mysteries and pursuing our goals, and it encourages personal growth. We also have the sun and moon in Virgo trine to the ascendant in Taurus, bringing an observant, adaptable energy of movement and change that's favorable to manifestations around visibility or even being in the public eye. And our final trine is between Mercury retrograde at 8 degrees, 3 minutes in Virgo. And like I said, Mercury is about to station direct around the time of this new moon. And Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, which is an intelligent, solid, feet on the ground kind of energy that may bring in big ideas. So again, be sure you're staying receptive to signs and messages from the universe in general and or your spirit team more specifically. And now for a couple of important oppositions to keep in mind during this new moon. Both the sun and moon are in loose opposition to Neptune retrograde at 26 degrees, 25 minutes in Pisces. So this is really highlighting the Virgo-Pisces axis, which is very much about spiritual connection, making this a great opportunity for setting those types of manifestation intentions as well. The opposition between the moon and Neptune may mean that something is about to leave your reality, but it will create space for dreams that want to come into the physical world with us. So this is a very favorable time for manifesting something you may have been dreaming about for a long time. The moon is actually in opposition to Neptune every month, so it's very accustomed to surrendering to Neptune in this way. On the other hand, the sun's opposition to Neptune only happens once a year, and it brings a dreamy, idealistic energy that can border on escapism. So be aware of that, and also be careful not to idealize people or situations during this time, especially if you have similar placements in your own birth chart. But it's also a very creative, insightful, and compassionate energy to work with. And the last opposition I want to talk about is Mercury and Virgo opposing Saturn at 2 degrees 27 minutes in Pisces, which is a persistent, ambitious, and stubborn energy that can really help us accomplish goals and bring our manifestations into fruition. And let's round out this episode by talking about a couple of lovely and favorable sextiles. Uranus retrograde in Taurus is sextiling Neptune retrograde in Pisces during this new moon. So with this, yet again, we have the energy of idealism, but it's also a wildly creative energy that can help bring us a fresh, new perspective, as well as activate our highest, most noble purposes. And Neptune retrograde in Pisces is sextiling Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, which is another very perceptive energy that can help us see the many layers of a situation so we can find creative and innovative solutions that we've never had the insight to consider before. So like I said, this new moon is quite positive overall, bringing in energies that are optimistic, generous, lucky if you like that term, harmonious, well-balanced, perceptive, insightful, inventive, imaginative, creative, and adaptable. So this is a really powerful time to call in major manifestations that may feel like miracles, and it's even incredibly supportive of jumping into an entirely new timeline at a much higher vibrational frequency if you remain optimistic, open-minded, and follow your highest excitement as much as possible. So again, I'd like to invite you to get my support with using these energies to quantum leap you into your highest possible timeline now, as well as on your spiritual journey in general, inside Sovereign Soul Society or as a one-to-one student, if you're ready to walk as a master on Earth in service to others and you resonate with me as a mentor. And the links you need for more information on all the ways I can support you right now are below. Because you deserve to live in a reality of freedom, fulfillment, peace, the highest joy, magic, and abundance in every aspect of your life simply by being yourself. And I believe in you, so you should too. Much love.